Good afternoon, students. This is the experiment which is based on the how to find the support reactions on a simply supported beam. Here, the main component of this experiment consists of this is a graduated beam having scale on that beam. Okay, here you are see these are the scaling system here, and these are the two end of that beam, and this is the compression of this is balanced by the compression of spring. Okay, here is the one spring system, here is the another spring system at the both end of the beam. Okay, so another one is the here is the sliding hook. These are the sliding hooks. Okay, so you can adjust this sliding hook on the beam according to your desired location where you want to put the load. Okay, so these are the loads. You hang these loads on this sliding hook according to your choice. Okay, here you see these are the some slots are present on this beam, and you just put this hook on that slot so that the beam is not deflected, the beam is constant at that position. Okay, so these are the main parts which in which we are going to carry the experiment to find the reaction force on this support. Okay, so how can we proceed this experiment? You know, this experiment is based on the principle of moment. You know what is the moment and how to find the moment in a simply supported beam if there are some loads are present at a particular position. These loads are vertically downwards. You may say these are the parallel vertical force, parallel vertical loads are present on that beam. Okay, so here the main aim of this experiment is to verify the support reaction, that you get the theoretical support reaction from your moment equations, and the observed support reaction which will be the result of this experiment. So you have to verify the theoretical support reactions at point A and B. You consider this is point A and this is point B. So theoretical support reactions and the observed support reactions which is shown on this compressed spring. This is the indicator. So whatever the reaction force available or generated, these indicators shows the value of that reaction force. Okay, so if the theoretical reaction force at both end and the observations or the experimental reaction force are same, then there is no error. Your experiment is good. If there is some change between, or if there is some difference between the theoretical support reactions and the observed support reactions, then there is some errors are there. You have to calculate these errors, and from that error you find the percentage of errors. Okay, so before start this experiment, you need to adjust this indicator, the spring indicator, on this zero mark. Here the indicator is not in the zero mark initially. Okay, here there is some slight deflection of this indicator from this zero mark. So you can adjust before applying the load. You have to adjust this indicator on this zero mark. How can you adjust? You have here there is a screw present. Here there is a screw present. You have to adjust this the screw to keep this indicator on that zero position. Okay, so now you see, suppose these are the 1 kg load. Okay, so here you apply 1 kg load on this hang, on this sliding hook. Okay, and here you have 1 kg load on this sliding hook. Now you see here, this you look at this scaling system on the beam. Here it is the middle position, that is zeroth position. Means if the beam length is L, then this is L by 2 distance and this is L by 2 distance. Means this is the center of the beam. This is the zeroth position. Okay. So from 0, you see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to here 49, and the center of this support from here to here is total 51. Okay, here the scaling is up to 49, but total is 51. So here center to one end is 51, and from here center to one end is 51. So total length of this beam is 102 centimeter. Okay, clear? So these are the scaling system arranged in that beam. So now here you placed here the two loads. The first load you placed here from center to 25 distance, and from the end to 51 minus 25 distance. Okay, so you can calculate how much load here you put from this end of this beam. Okay, so from the end of this beam you have to calculate this length, and from that of the beam you have to calculate this beam, this length, or you may calculate from this end the load is present up to this length. Okay, so these are the locations where you put the load according to your desire. Okay, so this is 1 kg. This is the mass. The load is 1 kg. It means this is the mass. You have to calculate the load, means the force. So how can you get the load? You know the load is equal to weight. So weight is equal to m into g. Okay, so mass is 1 kg, and to convert it into weight, you have to multiply the g factor, that is 9.8, or for simple calculation you take 10. Okay, so 1 into 10, mass is 1 into g is 10 meter by second square. So the total load or total force is acting on that position or in that position is 10 Newton. Here also 10 Newton, here also 10 Newton. If you hang two weight at a particular position, it means here you are hanging 2 kg mass. So 2 into 10, that is 20 Newton. Okay. So here this is the 10 Newton force is hanging on this hook, and here the also 10 Newton force is hanging on this hook. So now I have to mark the load. This is, you can say, W1 load, this is, you can say, W2 load. So now I have to locate how much distance this W1 load is placed from this A point or A end. This is, I consider this is A point of this simply separated beam, and this is B point of that simply separated beam. Okay, so from A point, how much distance or how far this W1 is placed? You can see. So here you can look at here. So this is the center, 0 point. Okay, so from 0 to this is the 51 centimeter. 0 to this is the 51 centimeter. So you see here this load is placed at the 25 centimeter from here, because the marking is starts from this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So 0 to 25 distance, thus this load is placed from the center. Okay, but I have to find, for the moment I have to find the distance from the end. Okay, either this end or from this end. Okay, because I have to find the reaction force RA and RB. Okay, so here to here how much distance? Total is 51. Total beam length is 102 centimeter. Okay, from center to one end 51 centimeter. From center to here 25. So this much is 51 minus 25. Okay, so whatever the value get, this is the length or this is the distance this W1 load is placed from this point A. Okay, similarly you can see this W2 load is from 0 to 10 centimeter distance it is placed. So how much distance it is placed from this point A? You can calculate. So this is 10, and from center to here 51. So 51 plus 10, that is 61 centimeter. So W2 load is placed at a distance 61 centimeter from the point A or from this end, and this W1 load is placed 26 distance from the point A. Okay, this much is clear. So this is the 10 Newton, this is the 10 Newton force, and the respective distance from this point A, and this is the respective distance from the point A to load 2, and this is the for load 1. Clear? So using this distance, I can calculate the theoretical moment, theoretical reaction of Ra and Rb from the moment equation, because the beam is in equilibrium. So what is the moment equation? The summation of moment is equal, should be 0. Okay, so from there I can calculate the reaction at A and reaction at B. Clear? So this is the theoretical calculation of reaction A and reaction B. Now experimentally I can observe when I am just applying this load, these springs are, this thing has been deflected. Okay, here in this end also deflected, on this end also it is deflected. Before the applying load, or before I hang this load, the spring is at 0 position, here also, but whenever I start to apply this load, this spring is having deflected for a certain distance. Okay, so I can see here how much distance it is deflected. You see, this is something 1, written 1. So here I can calculate the force according to this unit system. I can calculate this force, how much force. So this indication indicates the reaction at point A, and this indication also indicates the reaction at point B. So in the experimental table I can say, I will say what is the unit system and how much this force, either it is Newton or any other unit. Okay, so this we will discuss in our later class. Okay, so you see, so here you are getting the RA-RB experimentally, or you can observe this RA-RB from when I am loading this W1 and W2, and you can calculate the theoretical reaction from the moment equation by taking the beam is in equilibrium. Now we are going to compare the Ra theoretical value and Ra experimental value. Similarly, the Rb theoretical value and Rb experimental value. If the both value are same, it means there is no error. If the both value means the theoretical Ra value and the experimental Ra value is different, then there is some error, and this error I have to find, and from that error I can calculate the percentage of error. So this is the main aim of this experiment. Okay, thank you.